viewers, welcome to the special edition of PB's Retro Restorations. I couldn't get to Basel in Switzerland or even anywhere near Canada, so I've come to the next best thing in Underwood. That's Maple Leaf Street. So for Andrew's build this year, I've chosen to do this Corgi 330 Porsche Carrera 6, which I believe is a Porsche 906. My friend Michael from Gravesend, Australia, Diecast Salvage sent me in a box some time ago. Wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it, but now I've had some ideas. This is what I'm doing. Let's get crack-a-lackin' and see if we can't turn it around and make it worthy of giving away. Off it goes. Never mind, I found it. Somehow, I found it. We're all good. When I went to drill the engine parts out, I realised that one of them had been snapped off and was missing. So I'm going to knock up a couple in CAD 3D or Tinkercad, whatever you want to call it, and 3D print myself a couple of replacements, and you'll see them later on. So you know what's better than just a little bit of caustic soda? A little bit more. And you know what's better than that? Miles too much that spills out and goes everywhere all over your desk. Good times. I'm glad I put the metal tray under it, that really helped. But on the plus side, it completely stripped the paint off good and proper. I am an idiot sometimes, viewers. So I found these really cool wheels. They're actually Volkswagen wheels, of course. They're multi-piece wheels with a hub, a rim and a wheel, and they come with various offsets. I shrunk them down from the 1/25th they were made for, and reduced them to 1/43rd obviously after some measuring. I put them together after I painted them once and ruined the paint, so I did end up actually doing this whole process twice, but I'm not going to punish you with that. I'll just punish you once, okay? You're welcome. You may have noticed at the start of the video that one of the plastic lenses was missing, so I thought I'm going to draw my own in Tinkercad as well, make a replacement set. This was the first set. They were a little bit too big to fit in the gap, and a bit of sanding made them fit, but the lights are a little bit small too, so I did end up redesigning these, as you'll see at the end. Now, I put a white base coat on all the parts because I kind of one stage was thinking I might put roundels on it. And I probably should have, and I was going to, but I just ran out of time. Now some semi-gloss black on all those 3D printed parts. Now I'm masking the canopy off because I want to paint it where it's, should be painted, where the body goes, just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Now I decided I couldn't see very well at this stage, so I thought I'll go get my glasses. Off I go! So there wasn't much I could do about the blue, purplish blue canopy. It should have really been clear, so I dulled it down to some Tamiya clear grey, and here I am just spraying those 3D printed motor parts I designed. So I put the wheels and axles in these little vices just to brace them while the glue dried. It proved to be a bit of a pain in the arse, these plastic parts. They kept coming apart and I kept having to redo them. So my little 3D printed engine parts, I'm putting a little bit of rubber tubing on the back to look like the exhaust pipes or whatever they are that feed down into the exhaust. They work pretty good. So this is my second version of the headlights. I'm just detailing them with a little bit of orange for the indicators and silver for the headlights. Reassembling this was a real pain in the ring, viewers, I can tell you. I should have watched how it came apart, because I realised later that the black chassis piece actually clips onto the base. You don't stick it all in upside down and try and hold it together while you screw it back together. And the glass, I forgot it went half in and upside down, so I just clicked it back in. Fortunately I didn't break it. Anyway, it was a bit of a trial that I didn't have to endure it, I put myself through it. So the holes on the body were too big for my cap screws, so I had to fabricate some little washers out of some electronic parts that I had lying around the box just to get it done. I did touch them up with orange paint afterwards. Now here comes the usual black wash. It starts working for me, it's looking good, so I decided to keep doing it. Tried doing it on the doors and it didn't work, and so it looked like crap, so I wiped it off the doors and just stuck with it around the window frames. I don't know why it works sometimes and other times it doesn't. I know the common denominator is me, so that's where I'll lay the blame. One of the dual taillights was missing as well, as you might have seen on the turntable, but I got a pack of these little jeweled things from the $2 shop, or it might be the pound shop where you live, that really look the part. I just glued them on and I'll paint them with some clear red paint to make them red, obviously. So after some toing and froing, I finally got there, and just like that, we're done. So here we are back at the start with our well-loved Corgi Porsche Carrera 6, donated by Michael. Thank you, Michael. Missing a few parts, but 3D printing once again came to the rescue. This is what we started with, and this is what we're left with now. Ta-da! Looking almost $1 million. I'm not completely stoked with this. 3D printed wheels look good, the jeweled taillights look good, but I couldn't get it to sit quite right. With a bit more time on my hands, I would have fixed the ride height, especially in the front. It looks like it's sitting too high. And that rear hatch, I kind of felt bad that I couldn't get it to sit right, but when I watched the original turntable, I could see it didn't quite sit right in the first place. So maybe it's a Corgi problem, not a me problem. The headlights, I think the headlights worked out really good, and I liked how the engine parts came out as well. Overall, it's not too bad, it's not brilliant. Next time I might start building it earlier than a week before the due date. So thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, I really appreciate it. Be sure to go and check out Maple Leaf Customs YouTube channel. I know Andrew will have links to all the other builders. He tells me he's got over 60 people getting involved this year, which is fantastic. And every car will be given away. I'm going to give mine to my nephew Dylan, who I found out this morning has got COVID, the poor little bugger. He loves his cars, and I can give it to him, and if the wheels come off it, he can bring it back and I can fix it. Thanks very much, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.